Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. Today guys, we have an awesome Plat 1 Brimstone VOD, gonna be going over what happens when you're getting stomped, so you guys can probably already tell how this game is gonna go. Now, if you guys enjoy the videos, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. A lot of my subs still are not seeing these videos, which is unfortunate, but it happens when you take a break. And to everyone who is still watching, and especially on the most recent video, thanks for all the support. Love it, really appreciate you guys so much. And remember to subscribe if you're new. If you want to get better at Valorant, you're at the right place. So, watching this VOD, watching Brimstone, obviously the agent I'm most familiar with, gonna be looking for smoke placement, stim usage, mollying to some extent. It seems like mollying really has gone away from post plant and more so moved towards mollying smokes and getting a lot of damage on people when they push through smokes. Starting off here, doing actually pretty well this round so far. Team was kind of able to steamroll into B, which is nice. Not what I expected to happen in this VOD based off what you told me and what I, the score line, and I checked ahead. Spoilers. But nonetheless, a pretty decent first round here. Other team probably not gonna be able to do anything. I'll give you 4 stars in this round, and let's move into the next one. All right, so second round, gonna be going with the Spectre on Brim, obviously with the stim pack. Amazing. I mean, wow. You literally can't get better. Okay, gonna stim around this corner. A little bit of lag there on your half. That sucks. You've already got smokes down, which is great. Oh, you got a little bit lost there. Looks like you're trying to plant on this corner, plant for main. Oh, and the flank comes in. So this is kind of one of those situations where it's like, should you have planted there? I think the answer is yes. If you want to plant like that, that's fine. But in these situations where you're facing an eco, it's okay not to go for post-plant setups and instead just plant safe on site. That way you stay alive, because if you would have died there, dropped spike, who knows what would have happened, right? And I get it. You want to go for your post-plant lineup. You want to go for those, the plays you're used to. But sometimes you could do too much on eco rounds and you actually end up losing them. Nonetheless, though, a decent second round. Again, love me some Brimstone support gameplay. Going for 4 stars here. Let's get moving. All right, round 3 starting up. Sticking on the Spectre. So just gonna go for a bonus round here. Now, very important for anyone who doesn't know what a bonus round is. Bonus round is when you keep the weapons from your second round that you won into the next instead of upgrading to rifles. That way you can really boost your economy. Oh, you picked up a stinger. Don't know why. Okay, so sage walling again. You're pretty safe here unless someone comes on flank again. See how you're already kind of checking it? Oh, okay, but right there, you got to be careful. I don't know if anyone else caught this. I'll just rewind really quick. So this positioning, your smoke fades, and what you're gonna do here is you're gonna back up with your smokes out. Now, your sage is technically watching that, but you very easily could have died there. So just be careful of that, right? I'll give you 3 stars on this round. Okay, so there's the first loss so far, 2-1. Nothing terrible. And what's really good here as well is now we're on rifles. So any damage you were able to do to their economy there really hurts them. This is your chance to, if you can win this round, which is the 4th round, super good for your econ. Really helps you kind of push ahead to get a big lead. And so far, it looks like the other team has been light on point. Okay, actually very decent aim there. A good correction onto your shot. Your crosshair placement was decent. And even with a wide swing, you were able to correct for that. Nice headshot there. Okay, gonna go for the molly into the smoke, which I think is fine. The only thing is, because you have a sage wall, you're not really doing anything with the molly. If the sage wall was not there, then I think that makes more sense. So I think that was a little bit wasteful, but overall I think you played your role in this round. I just think at the end you could have done a bit better, so I'm gonna give you 3 stars on that round. I would have just liked to see you try to play your life a bit more. All right guys, so as I was talking about earlier, right, when we talk about what happens when you're getting stomped, what happens when you're getting rolled over, a lot of the times part of the problem, and this normally starts on defense, is on defense, if the other team is able to just consistently take a site, a lot of the times it's because there's a lack of utility being used. I've seen this a lot with smokers and people who have different types of mollies, is instead of trying to delay pushes to stall for teammates, which is incredibly important, what they'll actually do is they'll just hold on to it, and they will stop using it because they're playing scared and because they want to play back in more safe positions. Or they do the exact opposite of that and they get too aggressive and they die before using their abilities. So if you guys find yourself getting just kind of rolled a lot, really one-sided games, snowball games, a lot of the times you guys need to look at your utility usage and figure out, hey, am I actually using my abilities to actually help me here, or am I kind of losing track of my fundamentals, which often is the case. 2v2 here, both low. Oh man, your sage shouldn't have peaked. So right there, you want to be playing with your teammate, and unfortunately your sage was just playing too solo. I don't think there's a chance you win this. Yeah, there's just not. So I'm not gonna blame you for that one, but maybe this, I don't think you have a mic. I see you using like a lot of text and stuff. This is where communication is very important. I'm gonna give you 4 stars in the round because I think you once again, you played your role well, but in this situation, that's where you talk to your Sage. That's where you say, hey, I need you to play your life here. I'll kill them on the cross. All right, starting round 6. Another thing I want to say is that a lot of times when a game starts to get out of hand, it's because people lose confidence, right? And they start making stupid plays. So right there, the Phoenix, did he need to make that swing? He did it once, it didn't work. If he keeps doing that, that's somebody who's lost confidence and is just making stupid plays, right? So after you make a mistake, don't make the same mistake twice, right? Don't be dumb. Don't keep trying to force something that isn't working. Not saying you can't try things again, but doing them in back-to-back rounds, really not a good look. In this round, just kind of gonna get run over. Again, not too much you could have done, so I'm gonna go with 3 stars on the round there. That was just not a good execute on that site. Okay, so currently we've lost 4 rounds in a row. The other team kind of is starting to get some momentum. Again, we've seen this A push quite a few times now, and because they weren't really playing on site, you were kind of able to get in there for free. Let's see what happens this time. Okay, again, looks like site is open. So now you're going to want to just play your lives, play post plants, and play with utility. Reyna is going to get too aggressive, die early. Your breach is also going to die in a 1v1 with no trades. Look at what's happening, guys. Look at what's happening. Look at why these games fall apart. You have, I think it was 5v4, could have been 4v4. You have advantage, you have spike planted, and every single player dies without a single trade. 0 trades. Again, I don't think you did horribly. I'm gonna give you 2 stars on the round. There needs to be teamwork here, right? I feel like I'm penalizing you for your teammates making dumb plays, but no trades. Everyone's trying to be the hero, making stupid mistakes. And moving into round 8 here, back onto the Sheriff buy. Looks like we're pretty split up around here on the map with pressure, evenly spread, right? And again, what did I just talk about, right? Whenever you're getting stomped, what ends up generally happening in the VODs that I've seen and throughout coaching and playing the game, right? I've experienced this myself, absolutely. People start feeling like, oh, I need to make a big play. I need to be the difference maker. And sometimes you have to. But what happens when every single person swings and takes 1v1s with no trades, with no communication, right? We're in Plat here. At this point in the game, you have to be working with your teammates better, okay? You have to. It's part of the game. It's necessary. Use your mic, talk with your teammates, and play together. It makes the game so much easier. And now in this round, look what happens. Spike goes down A. They probably have control. They know where the spike is, and you guys are in a 2v4. I'm not even going to watch the rest of this round. 3 stars in the round. Let's move forward here. By the way, he died, so just so you know, you didn't miss anything. All right, moving forward. Again, we're going for the look like a 3-1 split on A with the breach holding flank. Not sure if someone pushed flank last round, but the problem with Fracture is a lot of people love pushing flank on this map. And if you're not careful, it can destroy your attacking rounds, like absolutely destroy them. And there it is. The Reyna made a very smart play. No one has been playing site. There was almost no thought from all 3 of you about looking at site, and you guys get absolutely clapped. So again, this is why it's important to just like remember the basic, remember the fundamentals. Just because you haven't seen people playing somewhere doesn't mean someone can't be there that round. Reyna very smartly played, did a little bit of a delayed peek, and gets easy kills. So 1 star in the round, and we just have to do better moving forward. And it looks like at the end of that round, your breach also went for a hero play with his ult, didn't get anything. You're going to be holding that angle with the Marshall, and just zero reaction time from you. I'm going to go with 1 star on that round. Just things are falling apart here. All right, guys. So we started off strong with 2 in a row, but things have gone downhill. Now, what's causing this, do we think, right? What can we look at and see so far? First and foremost, just not enough trading, right? Part of the big problem here is that, first of all, players aren't checking corners, they're not checking angles, and they're just not trading out these first deaths, right? A lot of the times what happens is players will push in a bit too far. They won't have someone in a position to help them because they're probably not communicating, and then they just die for free. And without trades, when you start going down players, you lose advantage in all these rounds. If you're not just way better than the other team in some ways, you're just not going to win them if they trade properly. And look at this. Instant trades for the enemy team. Phoenix dies, Reyna is there to kill our Reyna, right? And it's just so simple, right? 1 star in the round. Moving forward here, this is the final round of the first half, and things have just fallen apart. right? And like I was saying, sometimes it's gonna be because of confidence, right? People are not being confident. It's definitely because of trading though. We've absolutely seen that. And I think it's a lack of communication. So there's really some things going wrong here. Hopefully some of it can be corrected on defense, but this is a very deep hole to get dug into. I'll also say I don't understand why you're splitting the map like this. B was working for a little bit, but now you've got 2 guys at B, 3 at A. You're not even splitting A. No one's really trying to pressure that mid kind of any part of the middle area of the map where you can sometimes get some crazy flanks. You're all just kind of doing the same things and dying every round. Your teammate just died again, nowhere near you. Chamber holding with his ult, gonna take you out there. This is a mess so far. 1 star on the round. All right, moving into the second half, guys, and like I was saying, there's just not a lot of good stuff happening right now, right? I just saw the kills. Everyone roughly has between like 5 to 7 kills, about 10 deaths each. No one is really performing well. Everyone is just kind of getting rolled. And again, look at what's happening in these rounds. There's a trade though. So that's actually good. That's what we were waiting for. We wanted to see a trade, and we finally saw one. Although I'm not sure if it was I don't know if it was truly a trade or maybe just 2 separate 1v1s. But nonetheless, then we're gonna die as well. So let's scroll back here. I kind of missed what happened. So we've got smokes out. Oh, okay. I'm assuming, yeah. So let's see here. You're gonna hold your smokes, and then what I was trying to say to you on attack is you got to be splitting these sites, right? And right there, you're in a very aggressive position, but without any cover on your flank, right? And as a Brimstone, that's not you. You can't do that. Maybe a Sentinel can with certain types of trip placement, but not you. So 1 star on that round. That was very poor positioning by you. All right, and we're down 2-11. So this is just from good to worse and very bad. We haven't, you know, the enemy team has won 11 rounds in a row, okay? And when this happens, you can still win these games. Why? I've done it. You've done it. Everyone has, well, okay, a lot of us have done it. They're winnable, but it takes something special, okay? And that special thing, you're right, it's teamwork, okay? What are we seeing again? 1 after 1 after 1, every single person is dying without any other shots being fired. No trades, no nothing. Here, you're gonna die to the Reyna. Your teammates are all pushing in different positions. It's like everyone tilted and decided they don't want to do any of the fundamentals. They don't want to play together at all. You just want to go play your solo player game, right? It's not working. So again, 1 star. All right, funnily enough, the Jet was actually able, I believe, to like ninja defuse that spike. So gonna pick up their 3rd round here. And let's see what the play here is with Brimstone. So he's gonna go for the peek around the corner, see if anyone is pushing up. Remember, Jet did flank him here 1 round or a few rounds ago. And there's an early death again. So again, we're down a player. Sage wall is broken as well, and you're coming in for support. Sage does kill 1. So right now, she should play her life, right? Because if the Sage plays her life, you guys are in a 4v4 retake with a lot of utility. Ooh, okay. So when you're clearing that corner, clear up top, then clear close. You kind of kept looking up top without clearing close. A little lucky that Phoenix was also a bit lost. That is a decent round for you. I don't think you did anything wrong individually. I'll give you 4 stars. Just need to make sure you clear that a little bit tighter, because that could have been, you could have just insta-died there to the Phoenix. Well, guys, I'm not sure if they're going to win this round, but I have a lot to talk about at the end, so I hope you guys stay for the summary. I'm going to explain kind of how you can turn these games around and the type of things you need to do. But with that being said, again, first blood's going to the other team. 2 dead already in a 3v5 now. You're getting pressured as well. Oh man, and just a little bit off with the crosshair placement. So 2 stars on that. Just didn't even hit a shot on that Phoenix, unfortunately. And just a really poor game from your team. So let's talk about what happened, and let's talk about how to fix it. Okay, this is gonna be really important for everyone. All right, guys, so we're gonna go over the summary of this game. Obviously a 13-3 defeat with roughly, I believe, 12 rounds in a row being won by the enemy team. So there's a lot that went wrong here. I think first and foremost, what ended up happening in the beginning was a lack of fundamentals, right? It's just people completely forgot how to play a team game. And it's so important. You can't forget, first of all, that you have teammates, but second of all, that you need to do the basics: clearing angles, clearing corners, making sure you have your, you have your gun out when you're in a position that's dangerous. These are the fundamentals. And when you start just losing those because you're getting just absolutely wrecked, it just snowballs the rest of the game. You didn't even give yourself a chance. But let's talk about ways to turn these around. So what I like to do is kind of find a buddy system, right? Each person kind of pairs up with another person on their site. They're in roughly the same position where they can either have a crossfire or support each other from the same angle. This will allow for trades on pretty much any fight that happens unless someone does a crazy spray transfer. What I saw a lot in this game, and I kept pointing it out for a reason, is that one teammate would die without any other shots being fired. And that says to me that people were not playing off of each other at all, which is very poor for Plat. But on top of that, there is something you could do on defense that can really help you turn these games around. And here we didn't get to see much defense, but for everyone else watching, you want to position yourself to delay and stall for rotates, okay? You want to use your abilities, get your kills, and then back up and wait for rotates if you feel like you can't hold sight. In this game, with how bad you're getting steamrolled, no one's holding their sights properly, right? I doubt anything would have happened good on defense. So what should have happened is after you get a kill, you back up and you wait for teammates. You use your slows, Sage, walls, throws her slows, smokes go down, do whatever you can delay, let your team come support you, and then guess what? Back to the fundamentals, back to the basics, and back to trading, right? Trade with your teammates so that you can take these sites with your man advantage. What did we see very little of? Man advantage. Every single first blood was going to the enemy team. That is never going to work, especially when you can't trade it out. And like I always say, I do believe that first blood, and even sometimes an equal trade favors the attackers, okay? Attackers love first bloods even if they die for it. On top of that, you didn't communicate in this game, and I'm not somebody to get on people for not having a mic or really to get on you. I don't really listen to comms, but I just noticed you weren't using it at all, and you were pinging, you were typing, which is okay. It's better than nothing. But if you're in Plat, I'd love to see you use your mic. I understand there's reasons people don't, but trust me, it's gonna make a world of difference. So when you guys are finding yourself in these games where you've lost 4, 5, 6 rounds in a row, do something different, right? That's the biggest thing I can tell you. You have to change things up. So in this situation, what we saw is a lot of going to the same site, and it was A over and over and over, even though B was the site that worked. And yes, you were getting the site sometimes, but nothing was happening because everyone was challenging fights and taking aim duels that they were losing. So that over aggression after taking sites was very poor. And that's something you communicate with your teammates to make sure doesn't keep happening. So at the end of the day, did you play horribly? I don't think you play horribly. I have seen worse VODs in much closer games, okay? People have played much worse. But what I think you failed at is being that team player that people needed, and even just kind of having the recognition and understanding, having the game sense to know that you need to stick with a teammate because you were also playing solo. Now, you weren't getting punished for it like your teammates were, but if you see someone doing something dumb, sometimes you have to do something dumb with them to make that play work. Otherwise, they're going to get punished for it every single time with no repercussions for the enemy team. And that's what happened throughout this VOD review. Oh my gosh. So, lot to talk about there. Hopefully that made sense. If anybody at home has questions, or maybe they have a comment about how they overcome this, please feel free to share, leave a comment. I'd love to hear it. I kind of wanted to go over my experience and kind of speak from what works for me. And what works for me is either A, you do something drastically different, you stack sites, 5-man, delay push, wait for pushes, something like that, or you just make sure you're trading properly. And there's no trading, right? It's just, yeah, it was that simple. There was no trading. I think that's the biggest thing. All right. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed the VOD review, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. I know it's a little bit shorter end, but hey, what can I do? The game went fast. Hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, and peace.